पद्म पुरस्कृत मान्यवर डॉक्टर पद्मा सुब्रमण्यमजीचं जोरदार टाळ्यात स्वागत करूया. या सत्रासाठी आपल्याला लाभलेले आहेत श्री विक्रांत वायकोस सर, हे डायरेक्टर आहेत कलाश्री अकॅडमीचे. आणि दुसऱ्या संवादक म्हणून आपल्याला लाभलेले आहेत डॉक्टर सौम्या श्री पवार, ज्या की डायरेक्टर आहेत देवमुद्रा मुवमेंट स्कूलच्या. धन्यवाद. आज एक संयोग जुळून आलेला आहे. आज मराठी रंगभूमी दिन आहे. तर हे आपलं सौभाग्य आहे की आज मराठी रंगभूमीच्या दिनाच्या दिवशी आपल्यासोबत आज पद्माजी इथे उपस्थित आहेत. तर आपण पद्माजी को और मंच पर आसीन दोनों संवादक और केतकी नेवपुरकर जी को और शेवतेकर सर को हम सबको एक निवेदन करते हैं कि कृपया आप आज मराठी रंगभूमि दिन के औचित्य पर आप नटराज पूजन करें. शोन पाटिल सर, आप भी आइए प्लीज़. अजय संके सर, आप भी कृपया पधारे. आज हे आपले भाग्य आहे खरोखरीच की नटराजाचे उपासक आणि भारतभरातील देशभरातील अनेक नृत्यांगनांना शिक्षण देणाऱ्या पद्माजी आपल्यासोबत उपस्थित आहेत. तसेच आपल्या शहरातील मान्यवरही या ठिकाणी उपस्थित आहेत. या सर्वांच्या उपस्थितीत आज हे नटराज पूजन होत आहे. आपण जोरदार टाळ्यांनी आपणही आपली उपस्थिती दर्शवूया. अब मैं मंच पर आसीन संवादकों से निवेदन करती हूँ कि आप कृपया आज की हमारी गेस्ट पद्मा जी का स्वागत करें. इट इज़ एन इमेंस ऑनर टू वेलकम वन ऑफ इंडियाज़ मोस्ट डिस्टिंग्विश्ड कल्चरल आइकॉन्स, डॉक्टर पद्मा सुब्रमण्यम, a legendary Bharatnatyam exponent, researcher, choreographer, teacher and scholar. Dr. Subrahmanyam ji dedicated her life of reviving and redefining classical Indian dance. Her pioneering research on Karnas, the dance movement sculpture in ancient temples and codified in Nritya Shastra, has given new life to India's centuries-old performing traditions. She is proud recipient of 3 highest civilian awards, Padma Shri, Padma Bhushan and Padma Vibhushan. We are privileged to have her share her journey, insights and inspirations with us today. So once again, please welcome internationally renowned Bharatnatyam dancer, Dr. Padma Ji Subramanyam. अब मैं इस कार्यक्रम के सूत्र संवादकों के हाथों में सुपुर्द करती हूँ. धन्यवाद.
गुड इवनिंग एवरीबडी. सभी को नमस्कार. आज बहुत ही शुभ दिन है. कार्तिकी पूर्णिमा है, गुरु नानक जयंती है और मराठी रंगभूमि दिन भी है. एंड ये हमारा पद्मा फेस्टिवल का पहला दिन है. ज्ञानयज्ञ फाउंडेशन का ये जो पद्मा फेस्टिवल है, ये हम जो आज देख रहे हैं, टुडे व्हाट वी आर वाचिंग, ऑल द स्टॉलवर्ड्स, knowledgeable persons, scholars, dignitaries. So this festival is a tribute to all the knowledge. The name itself speaks, Gyanyajnah Foundation. Today we have amongst us a very, very distinguished artist. Dr. Padma Subramanyam is acclaimed as a multifaceted, rare combination of a dancer, research scholar, choreographer, teacher, singer, music composer, author, and Indologist. She is the daughter of director K. Subrahmanyam, who was internationally reputed film pioneer, freedom fighter. She has a bachelor degree in music, a master's degree in ethnomusicology, and her PhD thesis is on Karanas in Indian dance and sculpture. It is a gift to us, all of us, Karanas, 108 Karanas, study of Karanas. She is the first to bridge the gap between theory and practice. Dr. Padma ji is the president of Nityodaya, Chennai. the dance school founded by her father in the year 1942, which is a Pan-Asian Research Center on Performing Arts, managing trustee of director K. Subrahmanyam Memorial Trust and a trustee of the Indira Gandhi National Center for the Arts, New Delhi. She has been connected with a few universities and has been program director, BFA and MFA distance education courses in Bharatanatyam and PhD at Shastra Deemed University, Tanjavur. Dr. Padma ji has been continuously performing extensively in India and abroad for 7 decades. She has covered several countries for her concert tours and workshops. Such countries include USA, Canada, UK, Russia, Germany, France, Greece, Spain, Austria, Portugal, Switzerland. Many, almost all over the world she has traveled with her knowledge and art. She was perhaps the first artist who went and performed for our Jawans in the forward areas in mid-60s, where there was 40% less oxygen. She has received more than 170 awards, national and international, which include Padma Shri, the first one in 1981, Padma Bhushan in the year 2003, Padma Vibhushan in the 2024, Sangeet Natak Academy Award and Academy Ratna Fellow from the President of India. She is the only classical dancer to receive such prestigious Fukuoka Asian Cultural Award from Japan for her contribution for development harmony in Asia. She is the first performing artist to have been conferred the honorary fellowship by the Asiatic Society of Mumbai, founded in the year 1804, for her academic achievements. She has to her credit innumerable solo and group productions, as also several books and research papers in both English and Tamil. There is so much to talk about her. We all in India, in our country, all the classical dancers call her lovingly Padma Akka. Padma Akka, you are welcome to this festival and to this fourth session of today's series. We all know she is an exemplary artist who has dedicated her whole life to classical dance, especially Bharata Nrityam, and evolved the knowledge of 108 Karanas. The Padma festival is tribute to that knowledge and wisdom of artists, scholars, scientists, and many other fields. The name Gyanyajnah Foundation itself speaks so. Devotion or sacrifice to knowledge. So, Padma ji, we would like to hear about, we all know that you are a Bharatanatyam dancer, Nritya dancer, but we would like to know how it started, who inspired you, how was your childhood journey, like how your dance journey started.
Hello. Sadgurubhyo Namaha. First of all, I would like to thank Deshpande ji for his having invited me, as I said in the morning during the inauguration. It's more than 2 years that he has been calling me, and I feel so happy to come to this wonderful region, the region of Ellora and Ajanta, the region of Shivaji, and of course Shambhaji. And now this is being developed as a region of culture, dance, music, and a confluence of all the fields of importance from a national point of view. Padma Festival is really doing a great service as a bridge between scholars, artists, scientists, and the younger generation. I wish there is more light in the audience, because I see some very nice faces, beautiful faces I see right in front of me, which is inspiring me to talk. I've crossed your age long ago. She asked me a simple question, but it has a long answer. I can't go into my complete biography. Well, I come from a family which has always been dedicated to dharma. It's a family which taught me to be devoted to Deva, that is God, and Desha, that is our nation. These two bhaktis, Deva Bhakti and Desha Bhakti, have been inculcated right from my, not childhood, but babyhood. So my father was a freedom fighter and a film personality. He had produced and directed even silent film. He was a pioneer. And he was a lawyer to start with. And he became a very lovable patron. He was like a father personality to the artist world. Not only cinema, but theatre, dance, music. And he was, in his last years, honorary state liaison officer to UNESCO. So he had a world vision of culture, and he knew the importance of the contribution of India to world culture. So I was trained by him. I used to look after his library, UNESCO library that he was looking after. So my vision became enlarged. I could never think small. It was very big, always. That was on one side, my father's side. And my mother was a very orthodox, typical Brahmin lady of those days. Very, very orthodox, but very beautiful and very artistic. She had composed at least 500 kirtan in Sanskrit, an equal number in Tamil. She was a Vagayakara. She composed music and lyrics together. She used to play the veena, harmonium and the violin and sing, but never gave any public performance because all her performance was only inside her puja room. She never came out. So I was brought up by one father who was completely international in outlook, and another personality, my mother, who was completely steeped in tradition. I'm a combination of both. What I learnt most was my father and mother had different ideas, but both of them were nationalists. My mother was a nationalist, and she had composed many national songs also. That way, they merged very well. 50 years of their life together taught us children how to be harmonious. Ours was a big, large family. Today, you heard a wonderful speech by our Lieutenant General where he mentioned the importance of family. My father was somebody who could be the head of a big family. Today, family has come to mean a husband and wife and maybe 2 children.
Maybe one nowadays.
Maybe one. And those days, there were extended family members. In my house, we had a common kitchen when I was a child. We had a common kitchen for about 45 to 50 members. Aunt's aunt, cousin's cousin, Sambandhi, like that. The whole, and our house was something like 36 grounds. 36 grounds house, and we had, of course, Gomata at home. We had enough cows. So that's the kind of upbringing I had, where I learned to give and take. I shared. I shared with my siblings. I shared with my relatives. I knew that life has to go in a very harmonious way. If there is that harmony in the family, as you heard this morning, that will extend it to the society around you, to the nation, and international level. So this is the outlook that I had. And my father was he believed so much, though he was talking about UNESCO, he so much believed in protecting Bharatiya culture. So he started our dance school Nrityodaya in 1942 as a charitable organization. And in these 83 years, we have taught many, many students from the poor section of the society totally free, 10 years course. We train them not only as dancers, we train them as teachers, and they are performers, they are teachers, and our students are all over the world. And I myself began dancing when I was a child, because I was influenced by my dance school Nrityodaya. We had great masters, and one more thing I must mention here is, even as a child, I told you my parents didn't have a blinker-bound vision of culture, not just within Tamil Nadu, it was much more. Even when my father founded Nrityodaya, he had the best of teachers for Bharatanatyam. 1942, mind you, Kathak in Chennai, Manipuri, and also Kathakali, and also folk dances. We had the best of masters for all this, and great names are there who had come out of our institution. Maybe this generation wouldn't know about Travancore sisters. Have you heard of Lalita, Padmini, Ragini?
Yes.
Padmini was a big star even in Hindi
Yes.
films. They were all part of our group.
Oh.
In fact, when Lalita, Padmini, Ragini came from Kerala, my father brought them to learn. They didn't have a place to stay. For about 6 months, they stayed in our house. M.S. Subbulakshmi stayed in our house for 1.5 years.
Wow.
My father was a patron, but we say in Tamil, the dharma, that is charity, that is done by the right hand should not be known to the left hand. So it was not for publicity that all this was done, but all that influenced me, my thinking, my view of life. I learned to appreciate others. As dancers, you must first learn to appreciate others. That is number one. Be a rasika. Learn to appreciate. When you go and sit, don't think first, what mistake can I see in this dance? it's a very negative thought. Very negative thought. You will never improve in your own art if you have such a negative thought. Sit with an open mind. Learn to appreciate what was, even if it's a child who is dancing, see that that child may be good in tala, may be good in anga shuddha. There'll be some potential. Appreciate the child. And of course, your own age group, when you see others dance, learn to appreciate. You know, when you appreciate, you relax. Your mind is full of shanti. You have, only then you can be a creative artist. This is my personal experience. So what taught me was my family background, and I'll talk about Natya Shastra when she asks me a question.
So your house was a temple of arts.
It was, and it is.
Yes. I'd like to ask.
Ma'am, can you tell us more about that, your journey of research on Karnas?
Well,
Any barriers and difficulties?
before the difficulty, let me say something about how I stumbled on Karanas.
Yes.
That is important. I learnt Bharatanatyam in the proper mode. First, I learnt from one of the senior students of our own dance school, Nrityodaya. Her name was Kausalya.
Kaushalya.
She was teaching me. I was 7 years old.
Senior
5
student.
to 7, I learnt from her. And then they took me to a great master, Vaduvur Ramya Pillai, who was the guru of, you would have heard of Kamala?
Yes, Kamala.
Yes, come on.
Kamala Lakshman.
Kamala Lakshman. Yes.
Vaduvur is one of the sub-styles of Bharatanatyam. You have Pandanallur, Vaduvur, Shikkal, Tanjavur. So like Gharanas in Kathak, you have different sub-styles. Vaduvur is known for Anga Shuddha. There is very clean lines in the body, plus very good bhav. Both are there. There are certain other schools where there is lot of Anga Shuddha, but not much facial expression. And some other school is there where there is a lot of facial expression. Abhinaya is extraordinary, but no Anga Shuddha. But in Vaduvur case, it was full of Anga Shuddha, clarity of movements, plus extraordinary bhav.
Facial.
So I was taken to him, and though my father was a patron of artists, he thought I must go to the guru and learn. These days, some rich people want the teacher to come to the house.
Yes.
The teacher has to come to your house and teach.
Yeah.
This was not something which my father would have liked, though he could have commanded any number of gurus to come home and teach. So after my school hours, I used to go to my guru's house. And my dear girls here, please understand, it is not like these days when dance is institutionalized. There was no hour, this period to that period. 5 to 6, one group will come. 6 to 7, another group will come. It was not like that. We'll all go like a herd of calf. We were like, we'll all be sitting different age groups and different standard, all of us sitting together, watching a senior dancer performing. And that osmosis, through watching seniors, through your eyes, you absorb that art. This observation class is not there in many institutions today. The more you see, you will learn. If you're a musician, music, you have to learn through hearing. It's called Shruti. Why? Because it is heard. Vedas are called Shruti because you have to learn by rote, not by notation. You have to listen and exactly pronounce those words in those notes. It's like chemistry. Kanchi Shankaracharya had once said, if the notes are not in proper combination with the lyrics of the Vedas, it is like combining wrong things to make a medicine. So Shruti is that which is heard. And if you're a musician, you have to listen, and only then you try to understand. It's not something which you can pick up in 1 hour, one hour period. And then your parents are waiting outside.
Yes.
Nowadays.
Because you have to catch the bus. Today, everything has changed. Those days, my brother or my father would leave me in the Guru's place in the evening from the school with some tiffin on hand, or sometimes in Guru's house. And we'll sit there till 8, 9, watching all the classes. And that is why today I have 3 Padma Awards. You have to be patient. You have to respect the art that you are learning. It's not an easy course. Understand, it's not enough if you have passion, you must work hard. Unless you work hard, it can be any field. It's music, dance, science, or anything. What you need is hard work.
Perseverance.
Hard work. Your knee will pain. Let it pain. So what? Talk to your knees. Say, oh my dear Janga, my dear Janu, my dear knee, don't give me any problem. You've been so nice to me. Oh, bearing my weight all these days. Today I want to dance. Talk to your limbs. If you talk to your limbs, the limbs will listen to you. Your cells in the body are not dead. They have emotions. They listen. They will listen. So you need that perseverance and willpower more than anything else. I'm 82, my dear girls. You ask me to dance here, I will dance now. I haven't come in a proper, it's a sari, it's not possible. Why I'm saying is, 3 days back I gave a solo performance in Karnataka.
God.
For this, what you need is that basic work, that hard work every day. Natya is a yoga. It is a yoga.
Yes.
So this is how I developed. And then at the age of 14, after my first major performance, you call it Arangetram, I don't know.
Arangetram.
I don't know in Maharashtra if you know that name.
all
Aranga
know.
is Ranga. Ranga, we'll never, in Tamil, Ra will not be pronounced without a prefix of A. Ranga becomes Aranga.
Aranga.
Aranga. Arangam is
Tarangam.
Arangam is the stage.
Stage.
Ravana will not be pronounced as Ravana. Iravana.
Iravana.
They'll add E. Lanka will be Ilangai.
Ilangai.
The Tamil grammar
Yes.
is such, it's a Dravidian grammar. So, Ranga Pravesham is Aranget. Etram means going up on the stage. I had that Arangetram when I was hardly 13.
Oh.
And because my father was a very well-known personality, I remember, I think I had more, the stage was filled with VIPs. Everybody was bringing gifts, wanted to speak, and the top personalities in theatre, cinema and dance were there.
Wow.
You may ask me, were you afraid? No. I was not tensed. I was not afraid. I didn't realize the seriousness of it. I was dancing in front of such great gurus.
At the age
Nothing
of 13.
bothered me. I always loved dance. That was basic in me. Even now, I told you, you have to appreciate any dance. I'm so mad. I look at the dry leaves which fly in air from the tree and I see so much dance in it.
Oh.
There is so much movement, so much grace. Nature teaches you. Be close to nature. That's how you learn. And at the age of 14, my father said, you have to give Vidya Danam.
Vidya Danam.
Vidya Danam. In our own dance school, he had chosen 25 orphans. He took me to those orphanages, 5 or 6 orphanages, and he chose the children who had the potential and brought them with, he used to send a bus to all of them, and they were my first students.
Oh.
Okay.
25 orphans. And all of them got some godfather, godmother, and they didn't continue, 1 or 2 continued. But teaching was a great experience. And from the age of 14, I learnt more by teaching. My father was saying, Vidya Danam is a great punya.
Yes.
So I still, there are very good teachers who can't perform.
Yeah.
They may not be good performers, but they are excellent teachers. And there are some, it's opposite also.
Yes.
Opposite also. Performers
Excellent
cannot teach.
dancers.
Very good performers, but they don't like to teach. But in my case, I was performing, but equally I was throughout from the age of 14 till today, I am also a guru. I learn from my students because when I teach, I know what suits which figure,
Yes.
Oh.
the constitution, because what I teach is not factory-made product. I don't believe in creating dancers in conveyor belt. Each person, somebody is very tall, somebody is very short. So the movements have to be chosen. It is like sculpturing. It is like sculpturing. This is what we do at our dance school, Nrityodaya. And as I started performing and teaching, I wanted to teach theory. I had so many questions in my mind. And mind you, children, those days you can't ask questions.
Yes.
It was never allowed. They didn't like, they'll call you an upstart. You know what upstart is? They'll say, oh, Adhika Prasangi in Tamil. But it was not out of, not that I wanted to corner any teacher or any scholar. I had that thirst for knowledge. I wanted to know, but I didn't get the answers. I had only the practicals in a most beautiful way. So I started studying on my own.
Okay.
And what I didn't get, I wanted my students to get. Even when I was 15 years old, I started reading Abhinay Darpanam on my own. And I thought there was a big gap between Lakshana and Lakshya. There is a big, it's a valley actually,
Yes.
a big gap between theory and practice. And it became my goal in life to create a bridge between theory and practice
Combined.
that had existed for 500 years. It was not the mistake of any guru. The fact is, understand a little bit of history of our nation, history of our culture is connected to so many political and religious wars that we have had. Till 12th century in the north and until 14th century in the south, we had a common text for performing arts, that was Natya Shastra. Today you're talking about Bharatanatyam from Tamil Nadu, but it is there all over. It has spread
Yes.
even outside India. It is, you talk about Odissi from Orissa, Manipuri from Manipur, Kathak from certain
North
North Indian states, now Satriya from Assam, Mohiniyattam,
Mohiniyattam, Kathakali.
Kathakali, you have Yakshagana from Karnataka. So many of these regional forms are there. And these regional forms, once upon a time, 500 years ago, even if it existed, it had a common lakshana. It had a common theoretical base, and that was the Natya Shastra. So after the Muslim invasion in North India, that culture was affected. And after 14th century in South India, it was affected. So my work was, I wanted to bring back that common text for our country. Because I did not believe that it was the Britishers. You know, you read some of these old textbooks on history of India. They claim that it was the Britishers who brought the whole of India under one umbrella. It is nonsense, absolute nonsense. Natya Shastra is one work which will prove that this whole of Indian subcontinent was under one cultural canopy. And this is what I brought out through my research. And I proved this. It was not easy. I'll talk about what all
Yes.
opposition I had. But then this was not an easy thing. Whenever I was taken, we have our ancestral farm. We have paddy farm. We belong to the old Tanjore district, which was known as the South Indian granary, known for rice production. And from Chennai, that it used to be called Madras. From Madras, we used to go to our village, and on the way is Chidambaram temple.
Okay.
You all know about Chidambaram temple? If you're a dancer, you have to go to Chidambaram temple, have darshan of Nataraja. And every time, from my 15th year, whenever I went to Chidambaram, I used to look at the dance sculptures, Karana sculptures in the Gopuram. Gopuram is the entry, the tower which is meant for entry into the temple. And these sculptures really caught my eye. And I was thinking, why am I not being taught these beautiful dance poses? And I used to be very passionately sitting and watching those sculptures. And then it so happened that when I was just about 18 years old, there was a need for me to choreograph a full-length dance drama, Meenakshi Kalyanam.
Oh.
It became a necessity because my father had agreed to present this for a research conference, and my guru was not available. He went on tour, he didn't come back in time.
Okay.
But one more thing that my father taught me was, a word given is given, vak. It is not the signature in an agreement, but if you say you will do, you have got to do. There is a saying in Tamil, "Thalaya kuduthanum pannu." Even if you have to remove your head, you have to do it. So my father suddenly said, he empowered me. My father had so much confidence in me. He empowered me. What I am saying is for the parents here, if you're there. He said, you choreograph. But on 23rd December, the dance drama has to be staged. So with a heavy heart, somehow, with God's grace, in 20 days, I choreographed this in the midst of my examinations. I was in the college, and that too Stella Maris College, known for weekly test.
Okay.
Every week there'll be a test in every subject. There was a test timetable every week. In one way it was good because I was going on dancing every weekend. I'll be dancing somewhere. So it became a necessity for me to be good in studies. I had to do the homework properly. Usually my time for studies would be between 10 at night and 12. Because my house was full of visitors, artists will come, Dr. Balamurali Krishna singing somewhere. How can I miss that? There'll be, you're talking about Jugalbandi these days. We used to have the extraordinary music director Salil Chaudhary from Mumbai.
Okay.
He will be coming and he will be playing harmonium, and my mother will be playing harmonium. And G. Ramnath, another great music director from South. So three of them will be playing,
Jugalbandi.
and Dr. Balamurali will be singing.
Wow.
How to miss this? So till that event is over, I'll have no time to study. But I somehow managed. All that helped me to look at culture in a holistic way. I started composing music myself. Right from my 20th year, every production of mine has my own music composition. You'll be hearing, when Mahati dances, you'll be hearing my composition.
Okay.
So this is how the sculptures attracted me. Then when Meenakshi Kalyanam had to be done, I thought I will include those sculptures in my choreography. I made bold and I included, but something very surprising happened. At that time, I had not studied Natya Shastra. But some of the sculptures which I used in my choreography was not in the static sense of a posture. I thought there is a movement in that. And I created a movement out of sculpture. And the miracle was, 5 years later when I studied Natya Shastra, it was exactly what I had choreographed without studying Natya Shastra.
Wow. You were meant for that.
I don't know what you want to call it. It is continuation of my
Divine.
Purva Janma or something, I don't know. So
Divine
it could
gift.
have been that, but that's how I stumbled, and I found a great, very great scholar, archaeologist. I used to call him a walking encyclopedia, Dr. T.N. Ramachandran, who was the Joint Director General of Archaeological Survey of India. He had just retired and come to Chennai. I joined him as a student, not for PhD. I never had any idea of, well, my work was not for earning money. Number one. It was not even for earning some big name. No, I promise you. It was for my Atma Tripti. It was something which I wanted to know. It was a journey inward that brought me here. And Dr. Ramchandran, from the archaeological point of view, he guided me. And I discovered that Karana sculptures, Karanas, the term Karana is not a pose, but it is a movement. And my first research article came in 1963, and that is the first time a Karana was explained as a movement. And very categorically I had said it was not a posture. So if you simply stand like that, it is not Karana. Karana has, if you're a Sanskrit student, you will know the root word, the dhatu is krin, meaning action. Okay, some philosophers may know Bhaja Govindam.
Bhaja Govindam. Yes.
Bhaja Govindam song.
Yeah.
Adi Shankaracharya's Bhaja Govindam. There is one line there. Dushkrin karane. So for karma also, for karana, for everything, krin, kr is the root word, which means action. So I looked at the karana as a movement, and for that I made a correlated study of temple sculptures, temple inscriptions. I learned to read the inscriptions. I had been quite a tomboy, climbing towers, and Abhinava Gupta's commentary on Natya Shastra, which is over 1,000 years old, from Kashmir. If a Kashmirian philosopher has to take time to write a commentary for a Natya Shastra, imagine the religiosity of that work. That is why I am saying our arts are just not for entertainment. It is for enlightenment. So I went into Natya Shastra, and when I started studying Natya Shastra, I could not think of any small region. It opened my eyes to the whole of Eurasia, not even just Bharatavarsha. So this is what happened. So what you see is something relevant. I reconstructed the whole theory of dance, which was forgotten for over 500 years. And when you see Mahati, you will know. So it is, when the critics were puzzled when I performed, as a performer, I was not satisfied simply writing about it. I was using the products of my research in my body. I danced.
Practically you were using.
Practically, I brought them on the stage. And it was different.
Yes.
Not that I wanted to be different. My study of Natya Shastra and the sculpture led me into another land. Which land? It was a much larger land, not just Tanjavur district in Tamil Nadu. It's much larger. So that is how I thought it is necessary. I changed the name from Bharatanatyam to Bharatanaryam so that I don't confuse my critics. My audience, that is not a problem. My audience, if anyone who has got an open mind will see something beautiful and like it.
That was my question. Bharatanaryam, the term.
I changed.
Next, okay.
You
No,
have something to say
no,
about
same
it?
thing. Why did you call it Bharatanaryam?
I have not one but more than one reason. One major reason is the style of dance that I was using, the technique, because many dancers are here. The Adavu, if you're a Bharatanatyam dancer, you know the Adavu is completely based on striking.
Yes.
Striking with the feet. And in Kathak again, it is striking. In the Natya Shastric technique, the use of the entire limb from the root of the thigh down to the toes had to be incorporated, and such movement of the entire leg is called chari.
Yes.
32 charis are described. And unless you master the charis, you cannot learn the karanas. And if somebody is teaching you karanas without teaching charis, it's not authentic. They can do it for commercial purpose, but not for authentic purpose. And chari cannot be learnt unless you have mastered the angas and upangas, their exercises. See, Natya Shastra is like yoga. Every major and minor limb in the body has to be brought under control. For 1 year in our dance school, the children master only the angas and upangas.
Oh.
We don't start the adavus at all. It is not as though we have relegated the adavus. What I have done is, if Bharatanatyam is this circle, I have made Bharatanatyam this big circle by including the Natya Shastra. And I have given, in the post-independence India, what was necessary was to see how the regional forms are connected. All the regional forms like Bharatanatyam, Kathakali, Kathak, Kshatriya, Orisi.
All the dance.
All these were encouraged by our government, recognized. Sangeet Natak Academy gave awards. They have all been, I would even say, each style has been polished.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot refuse that. There is a presentation which is very different than what it was 100 years ago.
Yes.
So there is a polishing of the same material.
Yeah, what was performed in the temples, it's slowly.
Not temples alone, my dear. They were performing in houses for
Houses
weddings. They were performing in the Raja's
court.
Raja's court. And there is a total confusion about the term Devadasi.
Devadasi.
I'll come to that later. What was performed in the temple has nothing to do with what is performed on the stage.
Mm-hmm.
The Sadur dance came to be called Bharatanatyam because it lost its social sanction. Some art lovers, and mainly one freedom fighter lawyer, E. Krishna Iyer, he coined the term Bharatanatyam.
Mm-hmm.
And it was Music Academy, Chennai, which first announced Sadur as Bharatanatyam.
Sadir
And at that time, E. Krishna Iyer's idea was, by associating the name of Bharata Muni, the social sanction will be
given.
gained. But what happened was, everybody thought that Bharatanatyam alone is the oldest form of dance,
And Natya
and
Shastra.
that alone is completely following Natya Shastra. It is wrong.
Wrong.
I would like to say that there is not one regional dance style which has no traces of Natya Shastra. It has a chaya without their own understanding it. They are not aware of it. If they are doing a particular movement, they won't know the name of that movement. You have to go to the Natya Shastra to see the movement and the name. But now the matter that is there in Natya Shastra is scattered all over India in bits and pieces. What is preserved in Manipuri is lost in Bharatanatyam.
Yes.
What is preserved in Bharatanatyam is lost in Kathak. So you have to weave the scattered material. And in early days, when I was performing based on my research, somebody wrote that I am copying Odissi dance. I'm telling you upon God, I had never seen Odissi dance till then. At least to be influenced, you have to see. So immediately I thought, probably Odissi has something to do with Natya Shastra.
Natya Shastra.
I didn't misunderstand that critic. I made sure that I met the right person soon, had discussion. I have done so many Natya Shastra Siksha camps on an all India level and international level, and brought gurus from everywhere. And I think it was my presentation of Bharatiya Natya Shastra, a telefilm serial that came in the Doordarshan in 1991, that really caught the eye of the performers. Everybody started talking about Natya Shastra. Even those who opposed me, they said they found, they discovered. So
Madam,
that's how.
we are students in Nalanda Nitya Mahavidyalaya used to watch that series on Doordarshan. And we learnt a lot.
So this was my life, and with the basic training of the body that you get from Natya Shastra, if you master that, you can perform your own regional styles in a better way. So whenever I do the workshops, I only teach them the basics so that when they go back, they can perform their own style in a better way. And it is common. It's common for all of us. And I found extraordinary relationship between Natya Shastra and the dances of Far East. It's another chapter in my life. Okay.
I think you all should watch. I got to watch Madam Padmaka's dance to Russian music,
Yes.
Jatayu Moksham. And as she said, the movements from the leg, from upper part, so many different movements. Today we'll get to see from Mahati. Very beautiful. I got to see on YouTube.
Have you seen that I went to, you have that? Would you like to see that Jatayu Moksham I performed as solo
Yes.
for Russian symphony? You can show now. It's a 20-minute piece, but we'll show you for 10 minutes. After that, Mahati will dance. 5 minutes.
Yeah, I
or
got to see this.
Just 3-4 minutes, okay. You'll see how the Natya Shastra movements are relevant to any kind of music. Don't come here. You can't see.
doing dance to this music. It's so different totally, but it was so beautiful.
Did the movement and music collide or not? It did.
Yes.
Well, I didn't strain my brain, honestly. I didn't think of, making notes. I go for Ayurveda. One more thing I want to give a secret to you girls, boys also. If you're dancers, take Ayurveda, oil massage. That will keep you young, that will keep you strong. Your limbs will listen to you. Well, every year I used to go for 21 days treatment to an Ayurvedic hospital in Coimbatore.
Okay.
And the doctors would say that I'm not allowed to read. I'm not allowed to go out for walk and all that. Those 21 days I can listen to music. I must lie down but not sleep. All that was very difficult. Anyway, so I used to carry a lot of music with me. I've been a student of Western music also.
Oh.
I used to play the piano
Wow.
in my college days. And I used to have, my master's degree was on ethnomusicology, which is actually music of different parts of the world. So my favorite composer for symphony was Tchaikovsky, who had composed many compositions for Russian ballet.
I see.
I had taken this cassette with me and I was listening. And I was lying down and listening. The entire movement came to my eyes. Just followed. And then immediately I was thinking, how I wish I can present this in Moscow. I go back home. Within 1 week, I get a letter from Government of India asking me to go and perform in Moscow for the Festival of India. I performed it there.
Divine timing.
They loved it. In fact, you'll be surprised, Russian children know Ramayana in full.
Oh,
There is a theatre there. Today is your
Rangabhumi
Rangabhumi Day.
Marathi.
I was so impressed. There's a children's theatre in Moscow, and every day they used to have Ramayana. And at that time when I went, there was one very big hero. He was called Rama so-and-so.
Okay.
He was known for Rama role. And why I'm saying is Ramayana is very popular in Russia. And when I was performing this, I remember when you saw how Ravana holds to the hair of Sita, you won't believe people screamed from the audience in Moscow. So that is the kind of enjoyment they had. This is to show that Natya Shastra has the potential to perform, you can perform to any music. I danced for Japanese music when I got my Japanese award.
Okay.
But you have to choose the music, and music has to combine with the theme and the movement. Anything cannot be performed.
So I would like to ask you, we are in Maharashtra, Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar. Many dance teachers and gurus are here. So many times we choreograph to a Marathi abhang, bhajan. So can we do that? Yes.
You must do.
Okay.
You don't say can we, you have to do.
Yes.
I have danced to Abhang.
Yes. So
I
that
have
we can
danced
reach
in
out
all
to more
Indian
people.
languages, including Kashmiri I have danced.
Oh, wow.
You can dance in all languages. In fact, there is one program where I have shown parallels between, say, a Kashmiri song and a Telugu Javali.
Okay.
One line here, one line there. And Ravindra Sangeet, there is one very beautiful Muthuswami Dikshidhar song on Meenakshi, goddess Meenakshi. Tagore had composed on the same tune in Bengali.
Bengali.
So what I did was, one line I will perform for the original Sanskrit, but the same thing will be next time when it is repeated, it will be in Bengali.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
please, language is no bar for artists. We are not going to play language politics, please. We are above all that. We have no boundaries.
Yes.
Ma'am, it is observed that students in the south generally have a better technique comparatively. Is there anything special about teaching style?
Technique.
Yeah, better technique.
Well, you follow your technique, whatever your guru is teaching, and the practice of technique will definitely help you to be a good dancer. Technique is very important.
He feels South India, in South Indian gurus or students who are learning there have better technique than other places. Is it right? Is it true? I don't. It depends on the guru.
No, it depends on the guru. In South India also we have very bad
Yes.
gurus. So it is not the place.
Yes.
You have to choose the right guru wherever you are.
Yes.
Yeah, nowadays, what is happening is, after the Arangetram,
They started teaching.
at the age of 15, somebody calls that person Guru so-and-so.
Yes.
Starts a class in USA, starts a class in London. Then you are in trouble. Go to the right master.
Ma'am, in Satara, Chinna Chidambaram, yeah, small, the temple.
Uttara Chidambaram
Uttara
Nataraja
Chidambaram,
Mandir.
yes. That temple, all the 108 Karanas, you have personally designed everything. So how did that work happen, and is it that sculpture figures, Karanas, are similar to Chidambaram temple or different?
Well, Mata Pita Guru Devam. My parents are my gods, and my guru not only in music and dance, but my spiritual guru was Shankaracharya of Kanchi, Kamakoti Peetam, 68th Shankaracharya, who lived for 100 years. He was like God in flesh and blood to most of us. He is very well known in many parts of India and even abroad. And he was on Padayatra at the age of 80 plus. He came to Satara and stayed there. He stayed in Satara for 11 months. At that time, there was one Shamana who was, I think, chairing the Hoteliers Association. He had a hotel also in Satara. He was inflicted with cancer. And he knew that he won't live too long. So he took a fat donation to Acharya and said he has to accept it for doing some dharma karya. And Swamiji said that he had even relinquished the mata and he started walking as a recluse. So he said, I don't even have people to administer this. You take it back and do some dharma karya. But then Shamanaji thought, what he gave was not enough. That's why Swamiji didn't take it. So next week he came with a fatter amount and said, you take it or throw it, but before I die, something has to be done. Then Kanchi Acharya said, you build a Nataraja Mandir in your own land and in Satara. And it was called Uttara Chidambaram Nataraja Mandir. And it was a historic occasion when in the post-independence India, the secular India, 5 governments, officially state governments, sponsored 4 of the Gopurams and the main shrine. And at that time, when all this was happening, when the foundation stone was just put there, I received Padma Shri, and from Delhi, without going to Chennai, straight from Delhi with Padma Shri Birudu, I went to Satara to place it at the feet of Swamiji.
Wow.
And Swamiji said, we are decided to build Uttara Chidambaram Nataraja Mandir. Nataraja Mandir because it seems, he said, there are more than one temple for every deity in India. But only one temple for Nataraja Murti. And that is in Chidambaram, Tamil Nadu. So you build Uttara Chidambaram Nataraja Mandir in Maharashtra. And he used to be very fond of Maharashtra because he felt Maharashtrians are real bhaktas. And Nishkamya bhaktas. This is what he used to say. They didn't worship because they wanted something. It was not barter system to God saying, I do this for you, you do this for me. It's not that. It was Nishkamya, without expecting anything. And he was very fond of Maharashtra. So this temple was coming up. He said, you design a new set of 108 Karana sculptures for Uttara Chidambaram Nataraja Mandir in Maharashtra. And the order was, I asked him, because my thesis was based on study of 3 temples. Tanjavur, where you have Shiva sculptures with 4 hands. At Kumbakonam, you have Shiva with 2 hands. And in Chidambaram, you have Parvati with 2 hands. Even the archaeological survey does not have all those sculptures photographed. If you are interested, you can buy my book and see. There are about 600 pictures, color. It's only one source for seeing all those sculptures. And so I was asking him which set of sculptures, photographs, I should pass on to the sculptor. He said none of them. Even a Natyacharya wouldn't have understood the concept of Karana as a movement those days. Everybody was saying Karana poses, Karana poses. And Acharya told me, you discovered that Karana is a movement. And you have shown how different parts of the same movement is registered in different temples. Mind you, all this is being taught by Kanchi Acharya. And then he said, you create sculptures on your own in such a way that if all the sculptures, all the photographs are kept together, you get the movement animated. So it was a very big responsibility for me towards the posterity, towards you. Creating sculptures in any way is not the criteria. Here there was a reason to do it. Re-establish a lost tradition, and that too with the idea of animation. So I worked on it. It took, it was a 12-year project.
12 years.
12 years. It took 1.5 years for me to design them, and it took nearly 10 years to sculpt them because it's all on granite stone. And what happened was every sculpture drawing that we made was shown to him for approval. He said the Natya Shastra definition of each of the Karana must be added, must be inscribed. So that was also done. So when I took the first 6 line drawings, he asked me one question, have you been to Indonesia? I said no. He said go. I didn't know why. 12 years later, after we had completed this project and after Mahaswami attained Mahasamadhi, I went to Indonesia, and there in central Java, in a temple at Prambanan, a temple which belongs to 9th century, I discovered 52 Karana sculptures of Shiva. And all of them tallied with my reconstruction of the Karana movements. And many tallied with even the postures that I had taken for Satara. So there is a connection between Satara, Uttara Chidambaram temple, and Indonesia. So my book, when I brought out my book on Karanas, I call it Karanas, Common Codes of Dance of India and Indonesia. It is in 3 volumes.
We are fortunate to have one of the books in our library. Yes, Karanas.
Even the cover page,
Yes,
even the cover page has one sculpture from Indonesia and one from Satara. You will see the same posture.
Now I'll go and see
You
again.
go and see now.
I think
We have a small, she wants to show that Satara.
we have a small video of Sataram temple.
Satara? What video?
There's the Satara temple sculpture video.
Oh, I see.
A small one.
Oh, you have? Okay, I didn't have. I don't have even the photos. Sure.
Please show.
Well, you hear me? Because Swamiji said that in each slab I must have both Shiva and Parvati. What I did was I brought out animation. Every Karana you will see 3 parts of a movement. Parvati starts with 2 hands. I've given 4 hands to Shiva. Secondary hands show the course of action, and his primary hands show the end of action. So you have twin sculptures.
Yeah, they are twin sculptures.
I suggest you dancers from this city go to Satara and dance.
Yes.
They have Shivaratri festival.
Yeah.
You can go and offer your dance to Shivji. Thank you.
Let us give a big hand. Such a Herculean task. It's, ma'am, not enough for one lifetime to do so many things.
Well, that is my connection with Maharashtra.
As we, what time?
Mahati has to dance.
Yes, yes. Ma'am, one of the last questions. This Gurukulam, from Gurukulam we are moving towards institutionalization of all the organization, dance and all. It's come in universities, many schools. So what do you think, like the change, like 1 hour, we have to teach in 1 hour within the syllabus. Is it going in the right way? Of course, we don't have other...
Yes and no. It depends on the teacher and the taught. If the students are coming only for degree, getting a degree, it is difficult. You can't have the standard. And if the teacher wants to only complete the syllabus, it is again a problem. So there must be some via media. We were, my dance school was the study center for Shastra University for 12 years.
Yes.
And we never compromised.
Okay.
Never. Though it was supposed to be distance education, I formulated the whole course in such a way that in every 2 months, all of them will come for offline course
Okay.
for 2-3 days. And those 3 days, we'll squeeze them. We'll make sure that they really get it properly, because it was 8 hours every day.
Okay.
8 hours for 3 days in every 2 months. And the standard was extraordinary.
So basically it depends on the institute, because this is the need of the hour, I think so. Finally we want to ask, because this is a Padma festival, how was your, like from Padma Shri to Padma Vibhushan in 2003 and Padma Bhushan in 2024, what was the process at that time, and how did you feel about the whole awards? And of course, many hundreds of awards, other awards, but these are the highest civilian awards in the country given to anybody, and we're really honored to know about it. Like,
I felt very humbled. This is truth.
yes,
I thanked God, I thanked my parents, I thanked my family, also my students, because they were also responsible for the honor that I get. If they didn't dance well, I won't get honored.
yeah,
And I'm so fortunate to have some very dedicated disciples who do an authentic job. They are sometimes part of my family as Gayatri and Mahati. And there are others also in different parts of India and some abroad also. They've all worked hard, because Gayatri's mother, Uma Shriram, and Uma's younger sister, Sundari Santanam, late Sundari Santanam. Sundari was even given Rajyotsava award in Karnataka. She was one of my students, and she had taught many well-known dancers of Karnataka today, including people like Nirupama Rajendra,
Nirupama Rajendra, yes.
and many in Bangalore
Their
were
guru.
her students. So the Karanas that I reconstructed have reached the right people,
Yes.
right hands, and they have worked hard. One request I would say is, don't learn from the video. Whatever you learn from your guru directly. The video can help you to practice not to learn. Like how you can't learn by notation. If you're a musician, you must hear your guru singing or playing. And even if you're playing a violin, you should know the exact fingering, which you can't get from the video. So video is only for you to remember what you learnt. I felt very humbled.
Like you said just now, Padma Shri happened and you went to Satara. So anything happened with Padma Vibhushan or anything special?
Well, every time I went to Kanchipuram, Kamakshi temple.
Some new, okay, Kamakshi temple.
Somewhere I would go and see, you surrender. When you surrender, there is no tension for you. That's what I've always felt. Both praise, bouquets and brickbats I have received in life. I offer everything to God. And when you surrender, then I have no blood pressure. It's all His grace. He gives me, and it is for Him. My work has been worship. It's meditate. Dancing is meditation for me, and my research is puja for God.
So in general, ma'am, what do you like? Of course, you gave a lot of advice and a lot of wisdom we got. But on a parting note, there are many students here, and we are also
You want to ask
sadhakas.
questions? You want to ask?
Yeah, will. So, yeah, you can also ask. What advice will you give every? Yeah, Ajai Singh ji, sir.
या मैं सबको बताना चाहती हूँ कि जब किसी को विशेष कार्य के लिए पद्मश्री पुरस्कार मिलता है तो उसके बाद उस व्यक्ति का और जो उसके बाद का कार्य होता है उस कार्य का अध्ययन करके पद्मा अवार्ड कमेटी पद्म भूषण पुरस्कार देती है। उसके बाद और 10-15 साल तक उनका कार्य देख के पद्म विभूषण पुरस्कार दिया जाता है। तो ये जो प्रवास है पद्मश्री से पद्म विभूषण तक का, ये बिल्कुल ही आसान प्रवास नहीं है। तो हम ऐसे ज्ञान यज्ञ फाउंडेशन के मंच से हम ऐसे प्रार्थना करते हैं कि डॉक्टर पद्मा जी को जल्द से जल्द भारत रत्न भी पुरस्कार मिले। यह हमारा सौभाग्य है मैम, आप यहाँ आए हैं। तो हम जब मैम को पद्मा जी को जब पद्म विभूषण पुरस्कार मिला था तो उसकी एक छोटी सी क्लिप हम दिखाना चाहते हैं।
पद्मा सुब्रमण्यम कला भरतनाट्यम।
Namaste Akka. My question is, how can karnas be used or incorporated into regional dance styles?
Well, that's a very good question. I told you in the beginning itself that Natya Shastra is for all of you. It's your birthright to use Natya Shastra, but use it authentically. As I said, the post-independence India has encouraged all the regional styles called Deshi. From around 10th century, the regional styles were called Deshi. And the word Marga was used for following Natya Shastra directly. The path shown by Bharata Muni, both in music and dance and in theatre also. It is Marga and Deshi. So, and always Marga was guiding Deshi. There was always a mixture. This interaction, Marga, Deshi, Samanvaya was always there. And in post-independence India, the Deshis were revived, were recognized, were given awards, were publicized. Artists from regional styles went abroad. My work was to revive the Marga. So what I have revived is Marga. 50 years of my work, Marga, is dedicated to the nation. Without taking a pie, I had explained how I arrived at each movement in a 10.5 hours documentary, which is there in YouTube, you can see, produced by IGNCA Delhi, Indira Gandhi National Center for Arts. And that is the Marga that has been reconstructed. You can learn the Marga and see where your Deshi fits in, including Kathak. Somebody had asked me, will Kathak be a part of that Marga? I said, Kathak also has a mother in Natyashastra. It's not an orphan. It has a mother in Natyashastra. So, the Marga is given to you. It has been given to you by hard work, research, and authenticity has been proved by the discovery in Indonesia. And you can definitely use them. There are people coming to me from different parts, from Nrityagram. Both Vijayani and Surupa came, spent some months with us at Nrityodaya with us. They learnt all the 108 Karanas and they are using it. Some people acknowledge, some don't. But anyway, I'm happy that there is an awareness has been created now. You can definitely use in a very authentic manner. You can use in regional styles.
What is difference between Riyaz and Abhyas?
Abhyas is when somebody is getting trained. Riyaz is when somebody is practicing. Okay.
It was a very enriching experience for all of us. We are still wanting to know so much more, but
You had some question.
no, last question was just general. What do you want to suggest? There are many dance students here in the audiences, and gurus are there. So, what advice and what's of wisdom we will like to know?
I don't want to call it advice. I'm not a very big person to advise you. But I can only say one thing out of my own experience. You take it or leave it. Have a very broad vision. Let's not have blinker-bound view. We are not horses. God has given us good vision. Take anything that is beautiful, but that has to be something which is born from this part of the earth. Please be Indian. Please be Bharatiya. Creativity is not to copy the West.
Yes.
Copy the West in thought, word, and action. You can't say Sita would have preferred to marry Ravana. All that nonsense is happening. We have a responsibility, artists have a responsibility to protect Bharatiya Kalachar. It is not a simple thing. We are all fortunate. We have inherited something extraordinary. a treasure which cannot be obtained for everybody in the world. We are fortunate to be born in India. Only Bharata Punya Bhumi you say. You didn't say Punya Bhumi for some other land. That's because ours is a spiritual culture. Once Puttaparthi Baba had explained the name Bharat. He says Bha is a Bijaksharam for Brahman, for the entire infinite. Rata is someone who revels in the thought of Brahman. That is Bharata. When our country has such a spiritual name, it is for us Bharatiya to understand that and be truthful to yourself. This is what I will tell the youngsters. Nothing more.
Myself, Saumishri and Shri Vikrant Vaikos ji, we are thankful to Gyanyajnah Foundation for giving this opportunity to interact with a legend. And as Padma Akka said, we all should take a pledge to protect our culture, preserve our culture and promote our culture. And we are very fortunate to be born in this country, Bharat. And our culture is our identity. Thank you so much.
I thank you for, it was a bombshell. Bharat Ratna. That thought itself is something which gives me, I feel very gratified. I have never thought of getting awards because I said I am an ardent devotee of Kanchi Shankaracharya. He had once said, not only to me, made a statement that somebody who has a goal in life is walking towards the sun. And that person's shadow will follow. Because the walk is towards the sun. Shadow follows. Once the person is starting to chase the shadow will go. So, I take all the awards as a blessing from God, parents, gurus, and definitely my spiritual God, Kanchi Acharya. Well, it's been a great pleasure for me to interact and address the youngsters and also gurus. I always feel that, I told you, even my students are an inspiration to me. And when I see students of others, it's a greater inspiration. Thank you all so much. And thanks to Deshpande ji for organizing this event. They call it Brahma Prayatna, to bring all of them together to one place, and such a non-commercial event. I know there is no commercial interest in this. It's only cultural interest. From morning, I have listened to the lectures. It has been a great inspiration. And thank you once again for my experiencing this.
Yeah, this is one of its kind in the whole of country. Getting all the, this is the 4th year of the Padma Festival. So we are honored with your presence. Thank you, ma'am.